Hi everyone, welcome back to the Beyond Sunday podcast. I'm Alex, and as always, I'm with my amazing co-host Celine. How are you doing today, Celine?
I'm doing great, Alex. Super excited for today's episode because we're diving into a really interesting topic, life in the experiences and lessons learned behind them. We've got some amazing guests lined up, so I think it's going to be both inspiring and fun.
That sounds awesome. So let's jump right in with our first guest, Darius. It's great to have you here.
Good to see you, Alex.
To start things off, I would like to ask you that do you have a unique life experience that has shaped you today?
Yes, so there's this one turning point where I have an important exam, and then I prepared it for a lot of time. But when the result came in, I happened to fail the test, and it really devastated me.
Okay, sorry hearing that, Darius. But when you experience it, do you have some difficulties that you overcame?
Yeah, so I just realized that success is not always comes in an instant. It's sometimes we are allowed to face the obstacles, so we can learn properly, like mentally and physically, so we can be a better person in the future.
That's a great story you told, Darius. I can see from the story you told that it's quite unexpected how this experience we went through can uh, change our perspective about this world. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and now let's move on into our next special guest, Bryan. What experiences that you had that's unique and unforgettable that you remember to this day?
Okay, so my experience that I had, it happened not a long time ago. It was this year in July. Roughly when my church was going to do a conference. And so on the day of the registration of the conference, it was actually the registration day. All of a sudden, unexpectedly, my big brother, who I have known for all this time, decided call me and to download OVO, which is a type of e-wallet or digital banking and such. I have no clue why he decided to do that. It was unexpected, but I still followed what he wanted. So I downloaded OVO, I signed in, and then he gave me the money of OVO, roughly about 130,000 rupiah ish. And once I got there, it was also the day of the youth service of my church. And so I went to my church on that day, which I think, if I remember correctly, it was also rainy midway. So I have to go over there by using bread and also already immediately use OVO. And so in left, I only have 100,007 rupiah left. And so after I listened to God's words in my church, get up, the registration of the conference opened. I opened it because it was actually inside the app. I opened the app and realized that the payment can only be done by digitally. It cannot be done by using traditional cash immediately to the counter and such. And would you believe it, the app that was also available as well was one of the options was OVO. So I was able to actually purchase a ticket to the conference, and in turn, I only have 7,000 rupiah left on my OVO account on that day.
That's a wonderful story you told there, right? The story you told is very useful for us and the audience to be able to learn the lesson from the challenges, the similar challenges you went through. And when you went through that experience, you faced some difficulties.
Difficulties. More difficulties. It's nothing more but just payment because even though we right now live in an era where we're very close to technology, I have never used digital banking or anything digitally like digital payment and such. And so I have no clue the processes and how digital payment works, but it turns out to be very easy. And that's overall.
Amazing, just like Darius, very good and valuable lessons learned there. And thanks, Brian. So for Darius, who just shared earlier, how do you see God's work in the story you've just told?
Right now, I will face the future not in my strength alone, but also in God, who gives me strength and the abilities, and also that makes every of my mistakes into a new opportunity to be a greater person.
Wow. So you can see that God is working in your life and is present in your life. Because I think in this world, not many people can believe that God is present in their life. How about you, Brian? Do you see that God is working in your life?
Yes, I do see God's words in my life, especially on that story. You can definitely see God's word as one as a provider. That's what it is. God as a provider, and also as we know, God knows everything. He knows everything from us, from our inner core, our hearts. And He knew that this conference payment is only can be done digitally. And so, in order for me to able to enter the conference, listen more about His words, His wisdom, led me away and let me help through my big brother, which allowed me to actually pay and manage to go to the conference.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm very thankful that you too can even see that God is working and is present in your life. As you can see, everyone, that at any point in our life, we can learn a valuable lesson from the experience we went through, from the challenges we overcome, and from those experiences, we can see that God is present and working in our life. That He cares so much for us that He even died in the cross. I think that's it for this episode. Isn't that what, Sally?
Yes, I think that's it for today. We look forward to see you again in our next episode of Beyond Sunday podcast. See
See
you
ya
next
next
episode
episode,
and
and
God
God bless.
bless.